And tip-off has began, and we get started on Michigan against Kansas. That's right there. There's a quick three-pointer by Terrence Jackson. No good. Look for Michigan to push the pace. Currently sitting at 12-0 on the season. This team seems unstoppable. As right there, almost an and one. Take it to the rim by DeAndre Iverson. Iverson will go to the line 4-2. But as I was saying, expect Michigan to pound the paint. Look for open perimeter shots created from that pick-and-roll drive game. You've got a really talented guard in DeAndre Iverson. You know, you have stars like Charles Hemingway, Marshall Law. This team is just so solid all the way through. As Iverson knocks down his first one. We'll get on the other side for Kansas. Currently struggling so far this year, not posting the best record that they could. They've got guys like Terrence Jackson, Jordan Robbins, Kirk Swerve, all these super talented guys that have so much raw potential, but yet just the record just isn't matching. And, you know, some of that can be unlucky, just, you know, you've caught them on their bad nights, and that's completely fine. But this team has a really bright future for the next, 3 set years. This right there, there's a great take by Terrence Jackson at the rim. Currently on the season, averaging 15.5 points per game, shooting 48 from the field. It's Michigan passing it around. Jump shot, no good. Marshall Law just missing that one. Rebound, Kansas. Once again, the ball back in Terrence Jackson's hand. The facilitator primarily for this Kansas team. Love the ball movement, ends up back in Jackson's hands. Over to the corner. Back into Jackson's hands. 3 seconds. 2. Over to Swerve. His three-pointer. It's good. Coming off of that shot clock cheese three-pointer, Michigan will look to respond as they create an opening with the pick and roll right over to Marshall Law. He missed it the last possession. He's not going to miss it this one. And this season, Marshall Law, my goodness, averaging 27.8 points on 68% efficiency field goal percentage. In Jackson's hands, trying to work on his defender. Little turnaround jump shot just off. Terrence Jackson in his last game in the loss versus Memphis was 13 points, 5 of 6 from the field. Michigan again crawling some sort of an ISO, keeping the defenders. They want the one-on-one with Kirk Swerve. This is Jacob Sims. Jump shot's good. Greg Ward with a 3 to respond from Kansas's 3. Michigan's Kirk said, I got this one. Back-to-back three-pointers from both teams. And both are playing sort of a 5-out, 4-out, 1-in play style, where it's primarily focused around Jackson, where Jackson just missing that layup rebound. Here is the fast break, taking it up to the rim, just rimming out. Greg Ward can't finish with the left hand on that one. Over to Kirk Swerve. Kirk Swerve is going to be fouled on the floor by Greg Ward. It's going to be the first foul of the game. We're about two and a half minutes in so far. Kansas down 2 right now to the 12-0 Michigan. Ball in Robbins' hands, back out to Jackson. Jackson, his three-pointer. That one's off the front iron. Rebound Michigan, and again, they're pushing. Though they don't have the numbers, they're still going to look to take advantage of the struggling fast break defense that Kansas City has had almost all season. Taking it all the way to the rim is Marshall Law. The points per game leader for Michigan, already getting started tonight with 4. These 4 guys are on one, or excuse me, 3 on one side, 1 on the other, and they're just letting Jackson go to work, getting doubled, and he's stripped by Law. Law pushing the pace for Michigan. Fancy pass, but it's going to end up out of bounds. Well, sometimes that happens. Terrence Jackson, like we said, the last 30 days, he's shooting a whopping 60% from field goal. Where do you see that other than Michigan basketball? You don't. And that's going to be a timeout, And they're going to end up talking it over. Probably want something to do with Jackson. 1 for 4 so far tonight. They're probably going to want to switch things up, look to a different primarily score. Getting it in to Badmus, the big man, just missing with the left-handed finger roll. Rebound, Wolverines. Quick three-pointer and transition off the front iron. I think they're comfortable with Iverson shooting that jump shot any day of the week. He's knocked down. Back up to Swerve. Swerve's three-pointer off the back iron this time. Michigan pushing the pace. Law in fast break. Left-handed finish. Contact, no problem. Now, here is where Michigan often takes the leads in their games. They go on these runs. Now Kansas needs to answer back, stop the bleeding before things get too out of hand quickly. Again, the ball will primarily be in Jackson's hands, and he's going to be going up. They're going to call that a shooting foul on Marshall Law. Looks like he tried stripping him in the motion of the shot. It's going to result in 2 free throws for Kansas. Jackson knocks down both of the free throws, making it a 7-11 game with 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first. Wolverines, Sims, over to Iverson. His shot outside the back rim. Rebound, Kansas. It seems like the ball is just a magnet to Jackson's hands. They love the matchup they have, and he's taking it up with the left-handed finish over Law. And he finishes at the rim. Terrence Jackson 2 for 6, like we said, but the team trusts in him to lead them to maybe a possible upset victory. But Law, my goodness, what a finish at the rim. And the biggest knack that people have when scouting Marshall Law is, yes, he has the offensive talent, but the defensive talent is the issue. As you can see, Kansas right now is primarily going after him. Does some good defense right there, holding Terrence Jackson to 2 or 7 on the day so far. So some people do question his defense, but he's doing a pretty solid job today, and he's being amazing on the offensive end. As right here, he has the ball again. Quick pull-up jump shot. A little short. And again, there goes Jackson. Right-handed finish. He ends up finishing that one off the back of the glass. Kansas keeping it close so far, 13-11. Offense has primarily been the 2 stars of this team that are guarding each other, Marshall Law and Terrence Jackson. We haven't seen players like Jacoby Carter, as we do see Marshall Law once again from Steph Curry range. And they're playing at home where he averages 30 points, but away he averages 25.7. And they happen to be in Michigan's home court, so just prepare for at least 30. Terrence Jackson, once again, off the back of the rim. Rebound, Michigan. They will live and die on that Terrence Jackson hill. It's right now. Get that out of here. Rejected by Terrence Jackson. Or excuse me, that was Kirk Swerve. Seemed like a double block. Both the teammates going up, getting a piece of that. Thank you to Mobile One. Once again, the official oil sponsor of the SGBA. Michigan inbounds, back over to Law. Over to Ward. Ward has 4 seconds to shoot. Over to Iverson. Back over to Law. His buzzer-beating shot is just off the front iron. Rebound, Kansas. In transition. Pump faking. Back over to Terrence Jackson. Terrence Jackson being guarded right now by Law still.
2 minutes remaining.
Back up to Swerve at the top. Over to Jacoby Carter. Back to Law. Robbins, his touch of the game. Back to Terrence. They're going to let him shoot it. And just rims out. Again, they seem to just be living and dying by Terrence Jackson right now, and it's not doing them any favors. But you know who is doing favors? Marshall Law. As right now, he has been the backbone of this Michigan team so far this game. If I'm Kansas, I'm calling a timeout right here, talking it over, changing the offensive scheme up, because running through Terrence Jackson right now is just not working. And it ended up working as the second foul on Martial Law, and it will send Terrence Jackson again to the line.
At the line for 2.
Terrence Jackson's first free throw is good. And there will be a substitution for Michigan. Martial Law will come out for the time being, as he does have 2 fouls already in this game. But I wouldn't be too worried. As Terrence Jackson's second shot will be good, and they cut the lead down to only 5. Back to the top. It looks like while Martial Law is out, Greg Ward will take over to Jacob Sims, all the way to the rim, going up with the right, rebound back to Sims for his second shot, and that one falls. Looks like he might want that layup again, as you can tell from the absolute money release he got on that jump shot. He wanted that layup again. It seems like he went up with his right. He was confident that he could get the finger roll off, but just a little too much contact. Met with 3 people there that disrupt his shot. But again, Terrence Jackson trying to put the moves on Robertson. That's off. Rebound Michigan. And they're in striking distance to make this a 10-point game. And that's just the fall. Greg Ward up and under, but rejected at the rim by Jacoby Carter. Right now, Jordan Robbins handling the ball right now, trying to get the ball to Terrence Jackson. There's going to be a guard-to-guard pick and roll. Jackson will get the one-on-one that he wants. Top of the key, 6 seconds left on the shot clock. In and out, moving, pump faking, back out to Robbins. Last second shot, and it's good. Hand down, man down. Cutting it down to only a 4-point game as we head to the end of the first quarter. This will be the last possession of the game. Greg Ward will hold it. 4 seconds on the shot. Back out to Iverson. Back over to Hemingway. His three-pointer is no good. And we head to the beginning of the second quarter. Michigan up 20-16. Hi, welcome back to SGBA NCAA basketball. And welcome on in if you're just joining us now. Michigan is currently leading Kansas City 20-16 as Martial Law is back in the game, but his first jump shot back will hit just off the iron. Kansas doing a great job so far in keeping toe-to-toe with Michigan's offense and not being fazed so much by their defense. Terrence Jackson, off again. He's been cold tonight, but he has been their primarily offensive focus. It seems that the ball is in his hands 75% of the time when they are on the offensive side of the ball. And they're only within 4, so obviously, maybe you look at the numbers efficiency-wise, it's not efficient, but he's keeping them in this game. And when you're going against a 12-0 team like Michigan, that's all that matters. With 3 seconds left on the shot clock, Swerve's just going to have to chuck something up and pray, as that one just rims out. Rebound Michigan. They've got a 4-on-5, but they elect to slow it down, get a half-court offense set, and you cannot leave Ward that open. Where was the defender? Where did he go? They just left Greg Ward, one of the most efficient shooters in NCAA basketball, wide open. Terrence Jackson calling for a 5 out at the top of the key. We've seen so much this game as he takes to the rim. Little bit of a hop step over 2 defenders, and he falls to the ground once again. Just not falling for him. But there is a mismatch. Hemingway on Terrence Jackson. He's going to spin, pump faking, back out to the top of the key. They're going to set the pick and roll, a wide open jump shot. Beautiful shot right there by Marshall Law to give Michigan the 9-point lead. Now the most important thing here for Kansas is to not be fazed by the 9-point lead. Still plenty of time left. You've got about 26 minutes left of game time. A 9-point lead is nothing. You can lose that in 10 seconds if you have Tracy McGrady. But Kansas doesn't, but they have Terrence Jackson. As he takes it up to the rim with his right hand, no good, just off again. He has been cold, freezing cold. As the Wolverines are out rebounding Kansas so far this game, 15-9. Right there, Hemingway goes up with the left hand, no good. Gets his own rebound, goes up, and once again, no good. Ball movement for Kansas, but we know that this ball will end up in Terrence Jackson's hands one way or another. The best comparison I can give him as the ball enters his hands with 5 seconds left on the shot clock is he's the quarterback of this team. Every play starts and ends with him. Pump faking. Over to Ward, left-handed finish, no good. Great defense right there to try and get back and collapse before Greg Ward can get any open look. 2 for 7 for Greg Ward. Only those 2 3-pointers that he knocked down were open shots, but Kansas done a great job as Terrence Jackson, again, struggling to find anything to go his way. He sits at 3 of 16 tonight. The dinosaurs roamed the earth the last time that Terrence Jackson made a jump shot, or even a layup for that matter of fact. Michigan up 9 as a pass, a beautiful pass right there by Jacob Sims into Marshall Law for the reverse standing dunk. My goodness. Law for sure to be a top prospect entering this upcoming draft as Michigan looks for an NCAA championship. But right now, Kansas now finds themselves down double digits, and Terrence Jackson will not be leading you out of that as he is now 3 of 18. And the Kansas Jayhawks have scored 0 points in their last 4.5 minutes. Greg Ward attempting a little jump shot of his own, a little too contested for his liking. That went off the front iron. Over back to Terrence Jackson. Jackson with Ward on him. Misses once again. 3 of 19 on the day for Terrence Jackson. Michigan running a double screenplay, which leaves Greg Ward wide open for 3 as he extends Michigan's lead by 14 points. Right there, the most crucial thing is teamwork. You need communications. You need to make sure you're understanding who's going over, who's going under, who's switching. And especially for a dangerous shooter like Greg Ward, you can't give him any space because he's going to make you pay. Getting the ball into the post for Kansas, the first time we've seen this. Running a little bit of a screenplay themselves. Back over to the corner for Robbins. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Carter forces a jump shot, no good. Rebound, Michigan. Michigan is now taking their time, as they should when you're up this much and you're playing a really comfortable set of offense. Take your time. You've got 24 seconds to work. See what you can do. Snatchback 3. Oh my goodness, that would have made ESPN's top 10 if Jacob Sims made that. Ball back in Terrence Jackson's hands. Will he finally end the cold streak? He's going to go up on the big man. No, it will continue. Into the paint. Jacob Sims finishes right over Terrence Jackson, and he shows Jackson how you really finish up a layup. And this is going to be the downfall of Kansas. You've now all of a sudden see yourself from a 16-20 game to a 16-32 game. And when you go against a team that is undefeated, you cannot let them go on 12-0 runs. That just kills your entire chance at winning. Ball will be in Jordan Robinson's hands for a little bit. It is back in Terrence Jackson's hands at the top of the elbow. 7 seconds left. Pump faking. Goes up, and he misses once again. 3 of 22 on the day for Terrence Jackson. As that one is rejected by Kirk Swerve. My goodness, what a rejection. He looked like Superman out there. Michigan will inbound the ball. Over to Marshall Law. His three-pointer just rims out. Once again, Terrence Jackson taking an entire offensive possession to try and show scouts that even though he's 3 for 30, he's still got some talent, but didn't show it right there. That's a tough shot by Marshall Law, but he'll end up following through, getting his own rebound, and finishing it anyways. You just see two entirely different players when you look at Marshall Law and Terrence Jackson. Marshall Law not only finding ways to incorporate his teammates in his game, but also being somewhat efficient and being a great hustler is just something that this Kansas team misses. It doesn't quite have a leader like I see in Marshall Law. No leader is going to allow your team to score 0 points for 8 whole minutes. You need someone that comes in, puts his foot down, and tells the team what needs to be done, and they do it. As that one's rejected by Terrence Jackson, Marshall Law thought he could go up on Jackson, but he said no, no. As Jackson's going to try and work on both ends of the court, getting in the post against Law. And again, Terrence Jackson missing once again. This ball will be in Marshall Law's hands. A beautiful up and under pump fake with 6 seconds left, but Greg Ward following up with a putback slam. My goodness, what a possession. The beautiful up and under Rondo-esque move from Marshall Law, and then the follow through for Greg Ward. You're watching two different teams. You really are. As Terrence Jackson misses again, making himself 3 for 26 on the day. As Michigan has now doubled their lead they had only a couple minutes ago to 20 points. But that one, Jacob Sims, is off. Rebound Kansas. They've got to start scoring now. You can't be in 9-minute droughts, and it finally ends. Right before halftime, Kansas ends up breaking their 9-minute-long scoring drought to cut it to 18 points. And if I'm the coach of this Kansas team, I'm giving everyone a pep talk, a smolder, honestly. You know, you've got to have a whole new game plan going in the second half, especially when down 18 to the best team in college basketball. And we're back with Michigan versus Kansas. An 18-point game in a first quarter that didn't look entirely ugly for either side. Both teams scoring a fair amount of points, keeping it within 5 points at the end. But Greg Ward, that's what you're seeing entire game, making the 21-point game off of an open three-pointer. The second quarter, though, was a very different story. You saw Michigan take its 20-point lead, it finally taking that step above that everyone knew that they could take. And you saw Terrence Jackson go the entire second quarter without making a shot. Continue right in the beginning of the third quarter, but he has a steal, and he ends up getting a dunk. Terrence Jackson with the steal and score. After 13 straight misses, he finally registers the field goal, making him 4 for 27 on the day. Maybe that steal and score is the fire that needed to be ignited for Kansas to come back in this game. As Jacob Sims will get pushed back, ends up trying to take a heavily contested jump shot, but it will fall just short. Ball back in Jackson's hands. Little step back of mid-range, and he misses that one. If you wanted to go on a streak, that was the starter. You need those shots to fall, man. Those open mid-ranges need to be easy. But continuing with Michigan's offense, very patient, very good ball movement. That's what you find success, especially the Golden State Warriors, who are in the finals right now. You often find success with that. Jacob Sims, no good on the mid-range once again. Back-to-back possessions, you found yourself Jacob Sims trying to take these heavily contested jump shots. That's not been their offense all game, and there's a reason why they didn't score on those last two possessions. Even though you're up a lot, you got to remember to still run your offense, still do your thing. I hope Michigan doesn't forget about that. That's right there. Welcome to the show, Jordan Robbins, a 3 for his own. First score of the game for him as he cuts the lead to 16. Marshall Law, quick pound dribble, little fadeaway jump shot, no good. Rebound Kansas. They're on their little bit of a mini run. They need to keep the pace up. As Kirk Swerve will try and go up with a standstill, 8-footer, but it's just off. Right now, Iverson trying to put the work on.
Number 56. First personal foul.
Goes up, ends up drawing a foul. Will shoot 2 at the line. The first one's good for Iverson. DeAndre Iverson, that perfect spark plug defender that can still show you flashes on offense, is exactly what you need sitting alongside Greg Ward and Marshall Law. Also alongside of them is Jacob Sims and Charles Hemingway. Hemingway being that Eiffel Tower for this Michigan team where it seems like it's impossible to score on him inside the paint. And he does a pretty darn good job defending the perimeter if switched onto a guard. Kansas taking its time. Ball in Kirk's hands. Kirk swerve. 2 seconds. Over to Robbins. No good. That one from Steph Curry range. As ball over to Jacob Sims' hands. Shot clock winding down, about 5 seconds. Over to corner to Greg Ward. Ward pump faking. 2 seconds. He's got to go up and just off. I really like Michigan here. Taking your time. Every shot clock going down to the final second. You have an almost 20-point lead on a team that you know that you have the advantage on. Why not? Why rush it? Why risk injuries? Just take your time. But don't forget to run your offense as well. As Jacoby Carter gets his first points of the game with a beautiful right-handed floater off the glass. Greg Ward hiding behind screens. As there's off-ball screen usage right here, trying to get Marshall Law into the post on Terrence Jackson, and he will do just that. But it will be no good. Rebound, Kansas. Terrence Jackson trying to put on a move on on Marshall Law, but it won't work as they're stripped right there by Jacob Sims. Michigan, even though when they're slumping and they're in these scoring droughts and not playing very good defense, you always got to remember that they're not very good defense is still very good defense. There's a 3 from Kirk Swerve. Only a 13-point game. If Kansas has any shot of winning this game, they need to put the foot on the pedal and not let go. It's right there as Marshall Law doesn't care about any of your momentum, and he finishes over the 7-foot tall over the 7-foot tall Kansas defender. As Hemingway has a 3 of his own, no good. Rebound, Kansas. Don't see Hemingway shoot a lot, but he's surprisingly efficient for someone who's as tall as him, most as athletic as him. As Terrence Jackson will get stripped. Pull-up three in transition. Didn't even have to look at it. He already turned around before the shot even went in. My goodness, what a shot. As Terrence Jackson misses his own shot, gets his own rebound, though. Kansas will retain possession. Three-pointer from Carter is good.
3 points.
Jacoby Carter, 5 quick points in the last couple minutes. Taking it to the hoop. It will end up missing. Rebound, Kansas. 15-point game with about 2.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. As Jackson will set a screen, try and get it to the top of the elbow, which he does. He's got Greg Ward defending him inside out. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, and he's stripped on back-to-back possessions. Michigan pushing the pace. Over to the corner. Greg Ward. No good, just missing off the back iron. Carter takes his own shot. No good, just missing.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Greg Ward thinks about it and then ends up cashing in on a shot, but it will just miss. Kansas now pushing the pace as the ball is once again in Terrence Jackson's hands. At this point, I don't even know how many shots he's missed. Rebound, Kansas, but rejected by the big man, Charles Hemingway. Greg Ward pushing the pace. Pump faking. Hemingway on both ends will end up rejecting a shot and cashing out for his own on the other end of the court. Jackson goes up with the left hand, no good. Feel like I'm stuck in an infinite type loop. Seems as Greg Ward's taken over majority of the offensive facilitating for Martial Law in this second half. And I like to see that. I like to see Greg Ward getting more opportunities. And you know who else I like to see? Charles Hemingway. Even though he misses it, man, that kid is so special. 1 for 6 on the day, but 8 rebounds. Phenomenal defense. And he's just getting a little bit unlucky. If you give him those shots again, I doubt he misses as many as he's missed today. But you know who won't? Terrence Jackson. Jacob Sims, his three-pointer left wide open on the screenplay. He cashes out. Michigan now extending their lead to 20, as there will be 2 more possessions in this quarter, as the shot clock's only about 2 seconds higher than the game clock. Movement by Kansas, getting every second out. It's in Swerve's hand. Kirk Swerve, fadeaway jump shot, just off. And we head to the top of the fourth quarter with Michigan leading Kansas 51-31. As we take a look at the State Farm assist of the game, it sees Martial Law finding Jacob Sims underneath the basket. As Michigan, after a great defensive play on the other end, will take over and once again run this offense where you're just killing the clock down. And right there, Martial Law finds his lane all the way to the hoop, slamming it down. Kansas inbounding. It's right there. Terrence Jackson loses his defender and makes a wide open layup, but for some reason tries to make it as fancy as possible, going up with the left-handed, doing a little scoop, even though he's on the right side of the basket. Michigan taking their time, just facilitating around. Looked like Marshall Law's foot might have been on the line when he caught the ball. But we're going to take one more look at the little man, Greg Ward, finding air to reject that shot. He really could do everything. Because Jackson will find another basket for himself. Something we have not seen in a long time. Back-to-back baskets might be the first of the game. Jacob Sims using his strength to bully his defender to get a wide-open layup. Kansas finds themselves down 19 with only about 7 minutes remaining in game time. As that one's taken to the hoop, Jackson will find himself at the line. Not an and one, so he'll be shooting two.
At the line for the Jayhawks, Robbins, 2 shots.
Cash is out on both of them, and it's only a 17-point game. There's still hope. Anything can happen in basketball, as I love to preach. But it's not looking good so far for this Kansas team. As Jacob Sims, that is a grown man with a left-handed finish at the rim. There's a foul on Marshall Law, his third of the game, getting a little aggressive. Come on, man, you're up 19. No reason to be reaching in. That's right there, another grown man finish. The first of the game for David Badmus. Welcome to the club. Iverson tries to go up with that. A little bit of a fade or jump shot.
13 foul.
$57-40 here with about 6.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Michigan still undefeated this season. As that one is rejected, a really great job by Charles Hemingway to get a hand on that. But like I was saying, still undefeated for Michigan. And if continuing at this pace, they're going to find themselves at 13-0 and at the top of college basketball. As another rejection by Charles Hemingway in back-to-back plays. Law deals that one back out to Iverson. And again, this philosophy of draining as much clock as possible as Iverson goes all the way, and one left-hand finish to extend this game to possibly a 20-point lead. Was that the nail in the coffin? With 6 minutes remaining, did Iverson just put a nail in a coffin? There's a foul on Jackson. Tyronn Lue, one of the greatest coaches of our past decade, helped the Cavs achieve a 2016 3-1 comeback championship, as long as coaching the Clippers after that with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. Jackson will head to the line for 2 free throws. second one is good. First one being no good, second one being good. So it's still a 19-point game, just under 6 minutes left. You expect Michigan to just take their 3 points. I mean, I guess if you're going to leave Marshall Law open, one of the best scorers, then you're going to pay the price for it. Michigan finds Iverson for a contested mid-range, no good. Rebound Kansas. We might as well just try and get that stat sheet looking as good as possible. And I'm looking right at you, Terrence Jackson. Last second jump shot from way downtown, no good. Another wasted opportunity for Kansas. It's exactly why they find themselves down 22 right now. It seems as they've wasted many possessions, and you know who doesn't? Michigan. Even on a miss right there, Jacob Sims, Greg Ward, Marshall Law, DeAndre Iverson, and Charles Hemingway have found themselves capitalizing on almost every single possession, hence why they are still undefeated. Was that a Terrence Jackson score? My goodness, it's been a while. As Greg Ward, a fall-away jump shot, no good. Rebound Kansas. Left-handed finish, no good. Gets his own rebound, Jacoby Carter. Approaching the 4-minute mark left in the fourth quarter of this game. Now it is nothing but time. Marshall Law, 9 seconds on the shot clock. Back out to Sims. His jump shot, it's good. Beautiful fall-away jump shot by Jacob Sims. He's got 13 on the day, just under 50% shooting. He's played every minute of the game. Greg Ward will try and find DeAndre Iverson on a lob, but it will be rejected by Badmus. And Jacoby Carter with a standing dunk. I don't know how much flexing you can do when you're down as many points as you are, but that is something for the highlight sheet. Michigan will try and force a jump shot early in the possession. Will be no good. Rebound Kansas, and they find Badmus under the rim for back-to-back quick dunks. Where was this all game? Where was this fast break hustle offense all game? Cut it down to 16. You could have been much closer the entire game if you didn't find yourself relying on one player to just chuck up and miss shots the entire game. Badmus is going to be called for a blocking foul. I believe it's going to be on the floor. I don't think it will be a shooting foul.
Second personal foul, second team foul.
They're going to end up calling it on the shot. So Greg Ward will head to the line.
Taking 2 shots.
Both free throws will be good from Greg Ward. Ball in Terrence Jackson's hands. Still Marshall Law defending him. It was supposed to be the star matchup of the day. Ended up in a very one-sided offensive showcase from Marshall Law. Right back out to Swerve. Over to Robbins. His three-pointer just rimming out.
Remaining in the game, 2 minutes.
Carter with the ball in his hands. Back up to the top of the key. Jackson's just going to force a deep three-pointer. No good. That's not very good for the stats. Greg Ward back up to Marshall Law. Law, step back mid-range, no good. As we approach the minute 30 mark left in this game, Michigan will advance to 13-0, remaining undefeated. Terrence Jackson back out to Carter. Carter back to Jackson. Last second three-pointer again, no good. Now both these teams are just waiting, kind of wrapping up, just kind of, I don't know, it's one of those moments where you know the game's over, so you kind of just try not to risk any injuries, maybe chuck up a couple three-pointers. It'll be cool if you make one for the highlight reel. That's right there. There's a three-pointer that just rims out. Marshall Law wants that one back. Terrence Jackson trying to make it on Ball is Life mixtape. In and out, back and forth. Robbins will end up giving it. Robbins with the ball. Over to Swerve, his three-pointer. No good. And with only 1 second difference between the shot and game clock, there will be only one more possession after this, as the Wolverines will end up holding the ball. Some things that Kansas needs to take away is the offensive scheme that they run, and that Michigan is the best team in college basketball. And that'll be it for the final. Michigan 67 and Kansas 49. A lot of issues from both sides. Honestly, Michigan struggled on certain aspects, but they did end up capitalizing on moments that were the brightest and end up walking away with an 18-point victory. For Kansas, the losing continues. But for the player of the game, none other than Marshall Law. Though he didn't live up to the 30 that I promised, he still played himself a phenomenal game, not only on the offensive end with multiple dunks, he's got multiple blocks, and he played phenomenal on-ball defense. As you can take the stats here for the Michigan Wolverines and here for the Kansas Jayhawks. And once again, my name is Spencer Collins. Thank you so much for watching with me. Stay classy and stay watching SGBA College Basketball.